The Adventurer's Log 1.1102.20. Hi, I'm Bobby, and today we're going to be talking about the 2020 movie by Vin Diesel called Bloodshot. Before we get to that, let's get into this day in tech history. In November 2nd, 1988, Robert Morris of Cornell University launches a self-replicating worm as part of a research project designed to determine the size of the early internet. It was intended to count the number of computers that initiated connections when the worm was loaded onto them. However, due to a programming error, the Morris worm began repeatedly infecting machines, clogging network traffic and causing machines to crash. Eventually, the worm spread to 6,000 machines, which was roughly 10% of the internet at the time, causing significant downtime for government and university systems for 2 days. Morris was dismissed from Cornell, sentenced to 3 years probation and a $10,000 fine. Ooh. All right, so on to our topic for today. The 2020 Vin Diesel movie, Bloodshot, with Vin Diesel. It is based on the Valiant Comics Bloodshot. Bloodshot is one of the best-selling Valiant Comics characters, with total sales in all languages approaching 7 million comics. Shortly before the debut of Bloodshot series, the title character made 2 introductory appearances in popular titles, Rye and Eternal Warrior. Based on these appearances, there was a groundswell of demand for the character to return and high anticipation for the premiere issue. Bloodshot #1 in February 1993 was a much anticipated comic that became a best-selling issue and has gone on to sell approximately 1 million copies. The original series was written by Kevin Van Hook and drawn by Don Perlin. So this movie is based on the comics. There have been about 3 or 4 different iterations or reboots throughout the years. The movie is more along the lines of the 4th iteration, or the 4th volume, or however you want to call it. So, in some of the other comics, Bloodshot was known as, either Angelo Mortali, Raymond Garrison, or Everyman. Those have been the 3 main characters that are associated with Bloodshot. The one in the movie is Raymond Garrison. So in the movie, Vin Diesel plays a deceased soldier who has memories of his wife being murdered in front of him, and so he gets killed and then comes back to life and hunts down the guy who killed him, and his wife then kills the guy. Well, as viewers, what we see is the first time that he gets away, but really it's like number 5 or 6 in the fold. And it's all about revenge. That's what it is. Because people who created Bloodshot, or Ray Garrison, and the nanites that are inside of him that allow him to heal and revive, wanted to get rid of his previous partners / enemies, and that's what happens. So it's interesting because we see that everybody that's part of the RTS, or the Rising Star Technologies, or Rising Sun Technologies, or whatever, which is a little different, or Rising Spirit Technologies, which is a little different than the comics, because he was rewritten by the Rising Spirit Project. So there's some similarities to the comics and the movies there. But we as the viewers, we only see one of the times that he wakes up and realizes he's super strong and impervious and all of that, and he runs away, hunts down the person, kills them, and comes back, and then his memory is wiped. So his memory has been wiped numerous times. And right at the end, not the end, as he's going after the guy who killed his wife for the second, that we know of, second time, but it's really like 6, 7, whatever. There's a hacker slash tech guy that's working for said guy who's about to get killed, and he had heard rumors of previous people like him being killed off. He wasn't labeled as the guy who's supposed to be killed, but he was working for that guy. So he basically takes over Bloodshot and, nicks him from the system so he can tell them the truth. And then he gets brought back, and it looks like they're going to shut Garrison down. And there's a secret ally that he didn't know about that's there at the facility that helps, and he gets away, and there's some really kick-ass fight scenes and all of that. And one of the things that happens towards the end is we see this version of Vin Diesel with the red eyes, and then we see, like, here, the red chest. Well, that is synonymous to the comic, because in the comic, as you can tell, one second. As you can tell, he's got the red dot, and it's hard to tell from this image, but he's got red eyes. And so that's the full iteration of Bloodshot. So I love the movie. It's fantastic. Made me wish that there was a video game to go with it. And there might be in time, who knows. And originally there was a game that was in the works. It had been bought by one company, or the rights for it got bought by one company, and that company was bought by another company, and that company was bought by another company, and then they just stopped making it. He is a bonus Easter egg or secret unlockable player character in the N64 and Dreamcast versions of Shadow Man. And Shadow Man is another one of the Valiant Comics creations. So with that, I loved the movie. I've seen it several different times, and this was the first time I've done a quote-unquote synopsis for it. I'm looking forward to the next version, and we'll see where they go on the movie. So, highly recommend it. It is, let's see, if I remember right, it is PG-13. Let's see what it says here. Give me just 1 second. Let's see. I don't remember what it says. I think it's PG-13, maybe R. There's a lot of language in it, but a lot of action, and it's well done. And the CGI on it's not too intense, not too noticeable. Check it out. I know for a fact you can get it on Amazon Prime, either the rental or the purchase there. It's the only place I've seen it, but that's the only place that I knew to look for it. So yeah, so take a chance and explore something new or old, but new to you. Adventure is out there. Go find it. I'll see you tomorrow.